Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy TTT. Funny story about this. I literally just recorded this whole video but forgot to press record, so here we go guys. I'm recording now the top 10 best WWE figures and trends of 2017. So 2010 was an incredible year, right guys? So let's move forward 7 years and that's where we are. No. So the top 10 toy trend of 2017 is neither a trend nor a toy. It's a playset that included a toy. It was the Toys R Us exclusive Ambrose Asylum. This was quite the incredible playlist of a playset. And if any of you made a playlist for Santa to bring you some presents on Christmas Eve, the best present I would have recommended was the Ambrose Asylum, because that playset was as sweet as a one sweet. And why was it so good? It had so many accessories. You could have crazy matches. You didn't even have to have the Ambrose Asylum match, but if you wanted to, you could. It had a straitjacket in cloth and a Dean Ambrose figure. It even had a mop and a belt. It had a bucket. It had rafters, and it even had the ring. So basically, that was the best play set we saw all year, and even Playlist Live, the YouTube convention, stated that it was good. Actually, they didn't, but that would have been really cool if they had that as a special guest best WWE playlist featured on YouTube. Ambrose Asylum. All right, let's move on to number 9. This is a trend. This year was incredible because for the past few years, Ringside Collectibles has had this pseudo monopoly over pre-ordering wrestling figures. Sure, you could pre-order them every once in a blue moon from ToysRUs.com, or Entertainment Earth had pre-orders that would take like 5 months after retail to actually get the figures, but Ringside Collectibles got you the figures before anyone else, and it was incredible. Sure, you had to pay a little bit more than retail, but you got them like a month or two early, which was bad arse. But in 2017, we saw Walkout Wear come out of nowhere and just do a stone cold stunner to the monopoly that was Ringside Collectibles. And they were just like, yo, what up, fam? You got some competition now. And then Wrestling Store from the UK, Wrestling Days, putting them all over the map. We were like, yo, what's up, UK citizens? You want toys? Hit us up, boys. And why is this so great? Well, here's the deal. Back in the day, if you wanted a set, it was sold out on Ringside. You had to wait to see it on the shelf or something. But this way, there's someone else you can pre-order from. It is better for the consumer to have more competition. It is worse for the companies to have more competition. But you and I were consumers, so this rocks, guys. The more competition, the better for us, because they compete with each other to get our money, and we have more options of people to buy from. Like, look at someone that collects Marvel Legends or something. They have Dorkside Toys, they have Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, you name it. Everyone has pre-orders for them, but for us wrestling toy fans, we had just Ringside, but now we have Ringside, Walkout Wear, and hopefully in 2018 we'll see even more, allowing us to buy toys cheaper than ever. That'll get to us faster than ever. That's my hope. And more retailers, maybe more easy to find exclusives for them. I don't know. What's the first Walkout Wear exclusive? Okay, guys, let's move on. Let's move to a toy number 8, Scott Hall Elite 51. It's funny because in my worst WWE toy list of 2017, I said Elite 51, but this was the shining star of the set. This was that red star that was NWO Wolfpack, and if you asked me, hey Tommy, if you could only buy one Razor Ramon and or Scott Hall figure, what would it be? And I'd say, well, listen up, Mr. Timmy. I'd recommend you pick up Scott Hall Elite 51 because it looked so cool, and it still does look so cool. It's the best Scott Hall Elite we've seen yet, in my opinion. And if you didn't pick it up, it's probably because you're not really a Flashback fan. But if you did pick it up, you know what I'm talking about. You know how cool it is and how cool it looks. And speaking of how cool it is and how cool it looks, I'ma talk about legit number 8. 7 right now. Jeez, I need a producer. Hey, producer Greg, you want to moonlight me? Number 7, No Way Jose. Target exclusive Elite. This one, it's not the shiniest, it's not the craziest figure. The head sculpt is a bit cartoony, but I think it works for No Way Jose. He doesn't really have that sparkly, crazy attire that I usually go for, and he doesn't have crazy accessories, but this figure just straight up works. It looks awesome. And if you're a fan of the character, like I am, the wrestler, then it's a no-brainer to pick it up, and it certainly was a shoo-in for my top 10 list this year. And number 7 was No Way Jose. So number 6 is for the ladies of wrestling, the women, the Women's Revolution Evolution. Last year, I don't think I had any on my top 10 list. This year, I have 2, taking up the 6 and 5 spot with 6. Charlotte Elite. This is, usually I get really mad at the women figure elites because they're like glorified basics with barely anything. I'm looking at you, NXT Bailey, but this time around, this is the best looking Charlotte figure we have yet, and it came with an incredible cloth entrance robe jacket thing that rivals some of the men elites, which is great. It's great that not only are we seeing a Women's Revolution in WWE, but also WWE toys. So keep that up, Mattel, because that toy is awesome. And best female basic is definitely Nia Jax in purple. Really cool looking figure. I'm not still sold on the head, but as a Prince fan and a fan of creating body sculpts for different wrestlers, I think that this one is great and certainly something not to miss for the $10 price range. Now let's move on because I feel like I've been talking all day with this video. Number 4 best figure, Jack Gallagher Elite. Again, kind of like No Way Jose. It's not the shiniest figure. It doesn't come with crazy accessories. True, he comes with his umbrella and a basic attire, but this is the Jack Gallagher figure you should pick up if you want a Jack Gallagher. It looks very much like him, albeit a little cartoony, although he is a little cartoony, and it's just like such a good release that Mattel totally hit a home run, hit a football score, and hit a goal into that goal post to win us this epic figure for those sports fans. I know you guys like sports references on this channel, sports entertainment. Okay, number 3, Macho Man defining moments. A lot of things from 2016 was that the defining moments were dead, and sure enough, we saw the death of them in 2017 before they're going to do a kind of stupid rebirth. I'm pretty sure it's No More the line. I could be wrong on that, but they put out a Jericho that I never picked up, but I did pick up the Macho Man defining moments because it was incroyable, as the French would say. Incredible. I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know if it is his defining moment, but for someone to me who's just a casual, someone who casually knows the past wrestlers and stuff like that, I look at this figure and I think, that's the only Macho Man I need on my shelf. It has a nice entrance robe. It has the classic Macho Man wrestling attire, so it might not be perfect, but for me, it is perfect because I'm just a casual nerd. I'm just a Melvin. What can I say? Number 2, Braun Elite. Do I really have to say more? Braun is red hot right now, so Mattel decided to give us a sick Braun Elite. It looks just like him. Like, seriously, it looks really good, and they could have stopped there. They could have just been like, all right, guys, we got a Braun on the shelf. We're good. But they were like, no. Let's put in a ludicrous accessory right here. So they put in an epic epic emergency, what is that, like a stroller or something? I'm at a loss for words right now. Basically, Braun Strowman plus sick accessory equals sick toy number 2, and now number 1. This is the joke part. I usually always make a joke, The Miz from the Daniel Bryan Battle Pack. This face, I don't know if it's so good it's bad, or if it's so bad it's good, but it's like, it's gonna fuel nightmares, it's gonna fuel meme dreams. I almost put it on the worst list, but then I was like, no, this face is too ridiculous. I don't know if it's awesome or terrible, so I thought I'd put it number 1 here as the joke. It's not really the best figure, but I figure we should talk about it for a second. Let me know if you guys think it's an awesome face or not in the comments. But number 1, Storm Collectibles, Hollywood Hogan. Okay, this is not WWE, this is not Mattel, but when it comes down to 2017 releases, Storm Collectibles and Ringside Collectibles knocked this out of the park, okay? This is how, in my opinion, all wrestling figures should be made. Gloss shirts, crazy accessories, swappable hands, and great articulation. For a $30 price point, sign me up. Unfortunately, they only put this out in a variant color, you know, a palette swap version, but it's the best Hogan, and considering that Mattel never gave us an NWO Hogan, I think some people will be picking this up and putting it in their collection, even though it doesn't actually fit with the Mattel aesthetic. For me, this is the best Hulk Hogan figure in the scale we will ever get. Unless they do like yellow Hulk Hogan, but I don't know. Alright guys, that was my top 10 list. I'm sure you have a top 10 list. If you thought this was a good top 10 list, hit that thumbs up. If you thought it was trash, hit a thumbs down. Let me know what you hated in this top 10 list, and let me know what you would choose as your top 10 figures, because that was awesome, guys. 2017 was a rockin' time. Let's see what 2018 brings us, okay? Peace, boys and girls. Cut.